Hello, how are you? I hope you're good. Welcome back to the TBRvatar. Last time we played was December because I'm doing this bi-monthly. January was supposed to be a project secret TBR month, but that did not happen at all. January kicked my ass. It has been rough. Doesn't matter. However, on the positive note, the books that I did need to read for December, plus this one, I have finished all of them, which is great. Since last time I actually finished the round of TBRvatar, I again need a new reward for when I finish next time, and I still can't really think of one other than a book haul, but now that I'm not restricting myself to the book hauls, it doesn't really make sense. So again, if you have any ideas, let me know down in the comments. But yeah, welcome back to TBRvatar. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you enjoy the content. But if you're also new to TBRvatar, I will link the playlist down below, and you can go all the way back to see how it works and download the cards and the board digitally as well if you wish to. Okay, let me walk you through very brief thoughts on the books that I have read in December. So starting with In the Holidays, I had a fairly decent time with it. I actually gave it 3 stars. From the romance books that I've read recently, this one actually gave me the most butterflies, and that is apparently a category that I take very seriously in romance. This is a little bit of a Groundhog Day scenario where a girl hooks up with the wrong brother and not her brother. There's 2 brothers, she's not related to them. The Groundhog Day element doesn't actually come into it that much, so I was a little bit sad about that, but it's okay. I think that actually knocked off a whole ass star was the epilogue. I just really don't like it when they do that, and they do that often. I wish I kind of skipped it. I wish I did, but I didn't. Yeah, it was sweet, it was nice. I quite enjoyed it. A Psalm for the Wild Build, which is a Becky Chamber book, one of my absolute all-time favorite authors. Unfortunately, this is my so far least favorite book of theirs. There were definitely elements that I really enjoyed, especially towards the end. A couple last chapters, I really enjoyed the theme, and I think it speaks a lot about how we perceive life and purpose, and do we need purpose. And in short, this is about a monk who leaves their world behind because they don't feel accomplished, or they're just trying to find their purpose, and they meet an AI in the wilderness. In this world, the AI just kind of stood up and left. Oh, it just pains me to say that I didn't love it as much. It's not bad. I just thought that it was probably... And this is a weird thing to say for something that's so short as a novella, but this could literally have been an essay. I think that everything that needed to happen, or everything that needed to be said, was successfully said at the very last 2 chapters. Then The Love Hypothesis, I gave 4 stars. Funnily enough, I actually shipped The Holidays couple a little bit more than this. I find it very hard to get over the fact that this is based on a mixture of Star Wars fandom and also real life people who played the characters for Star Wars, and I don't love that. I understand that the fandom is massive and people really like that, but to me it made me uncomfortable. I wish I didn't know about it, basically, because I kept imagining the real people, and then I kept feeling like I'm crossing boundaries. It didn't sit well with me. However, I will say that this book was definitely a bit more rounded, and there were a lot of things that I did enjoy, like women in STEM and academic setting. I will say the situation they find themselves in would never happen. You'd think. There was a little bit of a weird... I like the focus on friends. There was loads of representation around for multiple things, and so I enjoyed that as well. But I actually thought that the focus on the friends pulled away from the 2 main characters, especially at the resolution stage at the very end, which was the biggest drawback for me, because I really like when things resolve in romance, and I want the one-on-one time and the emotions that come with resolving stuff. And I feel like I was literally robbed of that. You know? I want the happy stuff at the end. My biggest plus to this book, though, is that the 3rd act nonsense, normally a miscommunication, some sort of drama thing that happened here, I think relatively the most reasonable one that I've read in romance. Like, I could understand where people are coming from, rather than just being super annoyed that people are not talking to each other properly. Like, I could understand it. I still wish they talked to one another, but I could understand it. So yeah, that one got 4 stars, but technically 3.5 if you're counting 5s. And then the last one was a high fantasy called The Shadow of the Gods. This is a Norse-inspired Viking type of setting. We follow 3 characters with their own issues and goals. They do kind of overlap, and that was quite fun, but the whole book read a little bit like a journey, and I'm actually quite a big fan of when they just fade to black when they travel. It really kind of dragged off. I did feel like we didn't get to know too much about the characters enough to care earlier on, which was probably the biggest drawback. A very interesting world building, and especially when it comes to creatures and beasts that had like agency and felt really interesting. However, I could not imagine any of them. Like, I could not tell you how they look like, but I like that they existed there. So it was a high 3 stars. Because of how it ended, I probably will read the sequel, but if not for that ending, I would likely end here. So, but because I'm starting this anew, I'm gonna take all 4 steps, because I had 4 books, I read 4 books, so I'm gonna take all of the 4 steps and start at that point and start spinning from there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one doesn't count, obviously, but okay. Let us start. What is that? That's on a line. 1. Small steps. An empty tile, meaning that I am going to go and see what I have from the cards. I do not believe that I have a redraw from the previous, do I? I'm pretty sure I don't have anything. However, I'm also pretty sure I have lost some of the cards, so I probably need to remake the cards or remake another game. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, you get to see first. What's that? Air Monks, read a non-fiction for your soul. Okay, I definitely have a book for this. I'm already here, but this is a slow burn because I take my time with this, and it's like full of exercises and stuff like that. But the book is called Tarot, No Questions Asked. If you're unfamiliar, use tarot for self-reflection and meditation. That is the only kind of meditative tool that I managed to adjust to myself that actually works and does something. So, but yeah, long story short, I grew up with tarot, then fell back into it. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm gonna be putting this on the TBR. That's a dumb prompt because it airs sci-fi and it's an air sign for an extra credits. Obviously, I just can't. How? Anyway, it's fine. So that goes in here. So this is mainly for like intuitive reading, and I do read for Patreon sometimes. We have some live streams, which I've been really loving. Patreon seem to be really enjoying. Obviously not for everyone. But yeah, it's like a muscle. So I want to delve deeper into that. So cool. Spin number 2. 8. We're on extremes today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, nice! We're getting on the moon, and because this is a water place, it's a full moon, strengthens our bending. Another empty tile. We've been avoiding most of the hazardous tiles. That being said, when I don't have a redraw, this is also a little bit scary, but let's see. Ooh, this one fell out. It says The Desert. Read a book that includes a topic of mental health. Issue with me is that I don't always know exactly what books entail, the ones that I've not read. I'm gonna take a chance on this because I have to take a chance on something. Because again, I don't know. I mean, obviously some of them are guaranteed to have the themes, but I'm not necessarily in the mood for that. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and hope that this has some type of mental health topic, and this is Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. As far as I know, it's one of the first sci-fi books written by a Black author, and I'm really, really excited to read it. But because it says on the back that when Dana first meets Rufus on a Maryland plantation, he's drowning. She saves his life, and it will happen again and again. But because of the themes as well, I feel like mental health might be quite prevalent. I have no idea if it will be, but this does include time hopping and time stuff. And we know on this channel that is my favorite thing. So I'm very excited to go into this. I hope that there is at least I can twist it so it has some mental health stuff. But I mean, if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'll still count it if I read it. That's a 3. Which way are we going? This way. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here we go again. I'm actually really surprised that we pretty much skipped the whole tile without standing on anything. To be fair, my TBR pot is so out of date. It would be extremely scary to go piggy dipping into that particular pond. Boop. Judy, read a dystopian novel. Oh shit. Okay, I have one. Pet. As far as I know, very dystopian or like utopian, but obviously all of the utopia novels turn dystopian. I don't even know why, if it's like a separate genre. I don't even know. I think this is a utopia, but obviously there's gonna be a dystopia. Do you know what I mean? So there are no monsters anymore, or so the children in the city of Lucille have been taught. Jam and her best friend's redemption have grown up with this lesson all their lives, but when Jam meets Pet, she begins to question what she's been told. Pet has come to hunt the evil lurking in Redemption's house. Heard some good things about it, not too long. So it ticks some particular boxes already. Heard it's a bit depressive, so maybe not the best choice, but that's fine. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A genre spin. So this one doesn't count for the steps, but counts for the genre. Oh, I don't even know what I want. Water. Fantasy. Okay. I have almost forgotten to put in the Moony book club read, like my Patreon book club read. That is The Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I don't have the physical copy yet. I've heard so many good things about this. Very excited, slightly intimidated by this because of how good the feedback is. This is one of those kind of crossover, technically adult, but very much within YA pool. Hope for the best. Hope for the best. Very fitting for us though, because it's like moon and the moonies. Okay, and the last spin then. Please not a 2. Please not a 2. Okay, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, we respin. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why though? But why? It's so close. That was so close. Fucking hell. Let's go retrieve the pot. I think it's like in my closet. Yeah. Okay. When I tell you that the last time I updated this was maybe the beginning of 2021, I really need to probably it's easier to like redo it. Boy. I mean, I don't have to read it because like a lot of the time I fail to read all of them, but I also just really need to redo these because these are like too cardboardy and it's hard to dig in, but okay, let's okay, The Lies of Loch Lamora, which I have already read, so out. What is that? Okay, Day Tripper. This is like one of the oldest, maybe like the oldest graphic novels actually, that are in my library. It keeps like, I've been trying to read it for so many times, especially during like Magical Readathon. Just never get to it. It's like cursed. So I might possibly also never get to it now. But on the TBR it goes. Okay, this could be worse. This could be worse. Although I do know it's, I think, also a little bit depressy. So just having a time. Like a pretty old looking comic. How old are you? I got this, I think, secondhand, so it might just look older than it is. But 2010? So, because, 12 years is decent, but it's not too old, so excited. This is like, you know, not the shortest, but yeah, it's about time. I'm gonna really try and read this. Yeah. Okay, so that is my TBR for February. We have Daughter of the Moon Goddess plus these. February is a shorter month, as we know, and probably gonna be another difficult one, because why not? Why not? So I don't know how this is gonna go, but I guess you'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, if you read any of these and if they were good. Stay awesome, stay kind, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!